Virgo, I hope you're okay. I'm Clarissa. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be doing a general and love reading for Virgo. So let's see what's in store for Virgo. And Virgo did a competition last month where you could win a birth chart reading with myself. All you had to do was become a subscriber. And the winner is Jasmine Brewer. So well done, Jasmine. And I love the competition so much that I'm going to continue the competition. So if you'd like to win a birth chart reading with myself, then all you have to do is become a subscriber and I'll announce the winner in the next videos. Okay, Virgo, so let's see what's in store for you. First card here, Ace of Wands. There's a new direction that you want to take. There's an emphasis on starting something fresh, starting something with a new approach. There's something that you just want to begin. Maybe you want to begin something again, or maybe you just want a new take on something, an action that you're doing, wanting to implement something new, and it's taken strength within you to do this. The Queen of Swords. I think at the moment you're wanting to detach from certain things so you can have this focus. The Queen of Wands is an air card as well, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It really speaks of you being very decisive in your thought process. I think there's some things that happen that where you want to create this separation. And you want to do some things maybe on your own. You want to make some decisions by yourself and just have a different connection to the way certain things feel. There's a lot of a logical process that's going on here with these actions that you want to take. Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is almost like you're traveling along and you're taking what you know with you and you're using it to be your inspiration towards something else. So again, you're definitely wanting to leave some things behind. You want to have a new feeling, a new association to the way things have felt. You want to put things into practice, and I think you're having to review some of the actions that you've taken, also some of the decisions that you're making. What has come about these new changes that you're going to be stepping into. You're wondering where it's going to go, and I feel like you're having to be very assertive at the moment, having to really cut the lines, as it were, in certain things. So maybe there's a bit too much of a burden on some things for you emotionally, and you're using the logical mind to kind of detach yourself from it and wanting to just have a little space for yourself. So maybe wanting to wander off into your own thoughts at the moment and just have some time for yourself. Justice, yeah. I definitely feel like you want a sense of balance here. Like you want some things to be balanced out. The Justice card is a major arcana for Libra. So this is a mindset you're really trying to, just tussle with, trying to have some balance in your life, to some more direction. There's actions that you want to take, like a new beginning that you want to take. But there needs to be some balance with the mind here. So I think you're just going through a process of exploring the rational side of life at the moment, and having to make some clear-cut decisions about what you want to do, because for you, balance is all. I think you feel like this is definitely what you need right now. Justice also could be pertaining to legal situations and paperwork, so things like that. You may having to put more effort into the processes to get some things done, to get to the result that you want as well. The Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Queen of Cups, especially with the Queen of Swords here. So the Queen of Cups is a water sign card. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But especially with the Queen of Cups here, it means that you're really getting into your higher senses here. You're really using your intuition. You're really understanding the space of emotion. You're having to be very empathic to certain situations, and you're wanting the reciprocation as well. I think you're wanting some of the situation that you're in. You want some empathy towards you, to the things that you're going through as well. I think I feel like you're taking on quite a bit here, so you're having to use all your senses at the moment. And and so there's a little bit of escapism here, a little bit of wanting to just go into the ethereal mind, because in that space at the moment, things make more sense to you. So it's a more soothing, gentler space than your actual external environment right now. The Wheel, yeah. This is definitely a karmic situation that's been presented here. This is some, actions that you've taken, that those around you have taken, and it's led to this point. This point where now you're deciding and you're understanding where else it can go. So you're wanting to change some certain things, put some new actions in, a new plan of action, really based on how you feel, and based on the level of stress, mental stress that this creates for you. So you're really making sure that you have a balanced situation here, because you know where it can go. If it builds up even more, things will become out of balance, and because it's almost like you need to be in control of some of the directions, and especially when it comes to the things that you want to do, making sure it is what you want to do. The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is definitely feeling like, you may be feeling like someone owes you something. There's some energies of the past that are coming back. Maybe being a trigger point, and over the Justice card. So you may be feeling like some old emotions, old thought patterns that are coming into play, and they wanted to be a part of the conversation now. But you're trying to find a way to keep those thoughts and keep those emotions at bay, because you feel like they don't really have anything to do with what you're wanting to do now. It's just for some reason they've come up. So you have to explore the conversation of why certain things are coming back into your environment, in your thought patterns, and how do you gain a sense of balance over this? How do you let go of certain things that are maybe trying to enforce their way into your mindset at the moment? The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is an earth sign card. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. It is a very slow moving energy regarding finances and stability. Someone want to offer you, a secure environment, or maybe this is what you're trying to wrestle with, trying to create a secure environment for yourself. One where you have your own container, own sense of stability, security, and a way of gaining income. And so, with this, this is like an energy coming towards you that wants to try and, create some stability here. But there's some blocks here with the Ten of Swords, because you need to be in the right space and the right mindset, because there's so much going on, and there's so much that you've got to deal with. It's like other people's things that you've got to deal with here. All these swords. I feel like it's not just one thought. It's not just your collection of your own thoughts. It's other people's thoughts as well that you're having to interact with. So I feel like there's a lot of things that you're having to deal with. Maybe the problem solver, have an empathic outlook on things, as well as a logical outlook of things. People coming to you for the plan, because for some reason you're like the source of stability for some people as well. They feel like they need to come to you for some, for some balance, some, wisdom, because you explore things in the ethereal, the emotional, but you also got a good sense of logic, and it's almost as though you can see where certain things go. So people come to you for answers for some things, and you're going to be creating a bit of a pressure at the moment. The Eight of Cups, because they've seen you been able to walk away from certain situations, people have seen you be able to, move into an emotional space where you're much more comfortable with. And so, and this is what you're continuing to do, but it does take time. It doesn't just suddenly come overnight. There is a process. I think, Virgo, you understand like the harmony that you have to have within your pattern, so you can create the structure that you want. It's making sure that every single part that you take in every step, there's a harmony, there's a balance, so then you know exactly where it goes. So you are in the process of relieving yourself from certain emotions, certain thought processes, but it is taking a journey. It's a slow journey, so you can see what works. Okay, Virgo, let's get some clarification. Okay, let's clarify the Ace of Wands. All right. The Two of Pentacles. Again, this definitely speaks of balance. So this is with the Pentacles, it's a sense of stability, security. This is definitely you're moving into actions because there is a sense of secure balance that you're seeking. So at the moment, this is one of the things that you're thinking of. How do I create emotional security? How do I make financial security? How do I feel stable in these actions that I'm taking? Let's clarify the Queen of Swords. Okay, we've got jumpers today. Page of Swords, the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Yeah. So this is really, this could be surrounding children as well. There could be like a youthful energy around here. So this could be part of the responsibility, but it also speaks of having to learn this process. It speaks about having to learn a process, having to be mindful of what every step teaches you, especially if you're being decisive in the Queen of Swords energy. Maybe this is something that you don't do all the time, or maybe it's being used in a different way, and you're having to learn what responses you have from being a bit more dynamic, being a bit more decisive in the things that you want. Let's clarify the Six of Swords. Knight of Pentacles came out twice. So yeah, there is something slow about you moving into a sense of security. You're building on something here. Maybe the connection that you're interacting with is slow building as well. They obviously understand your want for security, for stability, but I think they're learning the new way of doing it. How do they interact with your sense of security and give you the things that you want? So again, I feel like because it's come out twice, Knight of Pentacles, this is very slow process of building your way up to something, or building a container, or sort of a place where you feel very comfortable within yourself, and from there it's monetary, material, it's financial, emotional, everything's secure. And so I think you're working towards this. Let's clarify the Justice card. Sorry, I'm gonna... So sorry. The Ace of Swords in reverse. So the Ace of Swords upright is, you know, the spark of genius, spark of ideas, a new beginnings, new thought processes. I think in the reverse, you know, again, there's something old about some of the energy that's coming through, something that's just trying to keep you in a certain energy. Again, on top of the Justice, you know, so there is a sense of trying to regain balance from an old situation, something that, you know, like it's got some kind of hold on the emotion in some way, and you are trying to regain balance. You're trying to, you know, so you can move forward away from the way this feeling feels. Again, you know, regarding justice and a legal situation, you could be feeling like you're still tied up in something that you just feel like it should be over. No, it should be far gone away from the situation, but you feel like it could be maybe tied in some paperwork here. Let's clarify the Queen of Cups. Nine of Swords. Again, it speaks of the thought processes. There's something that's worrying you at the moment because maybe just you're trying to give. You're trying to be sensitive to a situation. You're trying to be empathic to a situation, but at the moment you could be feeling like it's still, you're not getting the receiving end of it in the way that you like. So there's a little worry around this at the moment. I think you're needing to have a little bit of sensitivity towards the processes that you're going, the changes that you're making. Okay, let's focus on the wheel, clarify the wheel. Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords again is definitely means that there's in the thought processes. There's been some distractions. There's been some diverting from the processes that you want to interact with. There's been some actions and thoughts and maybe things projected onto you. Again, the Seven of Swords, I see that as like the thought stealer. There's the people who want to, or situations that want to get into your mindset and just have some of your mind space. So again, it really speaks about a situation on top of the world it's been maybe something that you've seen coming, and you've kind of known in your energy. You've known that it could get to this point, because with the will, it's like a karmic situation. So I feel like there's something that you was aware of, and now it's kind of here, and although you knew it was coming, it still doesn't change the way it feels. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. The Fool, yes. I feel like sometimes we have to go through like these, turbulences of the mindset, because then it just creates epiphanies, honey. Just creates their awakenings, and then the Fool indicates that that pressure is almost it creates freedom. So it's we have to allow sometimes that understand about our constraints or limitations. We have to understand what our boundaries are, so that we know this is how far we can go, and then we also know what actions to take to break through. So I feel like the Fool, it really speaks about wanting to set yourself free from certain emotions, like really truly, so you can just begin again and have that feeling of just overwhelming freedom. It's like what you want at the moment. It's like it's becoming so tight that you want freedom, and this is you're looking at the process of what's going on around you, so you can ensure that this is the direction that you take. Let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles. Strength card, yeah. Definitely Virgo. This is a major arcana for Leo. So yeah, I feel like there's, this is creating a charge within you. I feel like you're getting to a point where you're just going to be like, okay, listen. You need to listen to me now. So, and this is because, you have to create this balance. So you may be feeling like, because of the weight at the moment that's going on, this is actually going to be really, really a source of inspiration, inspires you, the catalyst, in fact, to be the strength that you need to move forward. And so, you're understanding that the process is slow, but you can have strength during, you can have strength in every step. If you just maintain your own will, your own wants, thinking about what you need to do for yourself, because Virgos are very serving towards others. So in this time, you have to first serve yourself to be able to have the energy to be there for everyone in this way. Okay, let's clarify the Eight of Cups. The King of Swords. Yeah, the King of Swords definitely meets the Queen of Swords, which was in the first set of cards, because you're having to, at some point, you're definitely going to have to just completely cut the way certain things have been making you feel. The King of Swords definitely uses their mindset, their knowledge. There's a mastery here. I think you've got to focus on that. You've got to focus on what you're so good at, where the enlightenment comes from. There's a focus on wanting to go in that direction, and maybe just closing some of the old emotions away, so you can redivert and channel that energy into the mastery of you. Okay, Virgo, so let's get some love cards, because it was more about emotion than love today. So let's get some love cards. Oh, loads. Okay, the ones that I can see. The boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving on, moving on, closure issues. Yes. Okay. Next one, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. Got here, and then we've got another one. Photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. Okay, and another one, last one here. Not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, cool person or boundaries, still angry. So yeah, this definitely speaks a lot to the energies of this reading. So with the boat, you're definitely understanding, because it's very set in the mind space with this reading. There's a lot of air cards here. This is really about what you need, listening to the messages within, knowing what you need to do to progress further, and then again closing out some old issues, whether they're in processes, or whether they're old emotions that are trying to just filter their way back into your life right now. And I feel like there's some people around you, again with this mask card, not showing their true feelings, or maybe what's coming to me is that you feel like you're not able to show your true emotions, and maybe that's what is keeping you locked in the situation. But there could be those around you, or maybe like projecting things onto you, because they feel like you can handle it, because again you're not showing your true self. So they almost so like stops them from being their true self, because they should interact with you in a way that is balanced. Again, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia. Again, old energies, wanting to just remember the Virgo-ness. And then not today. I think again, this, especially because it was the last card, and that's how the reading was going. It's leading into you maybe taking a stand in certain things where you've got to put your emotions first. You've got to put your wants first. Okay, let's get some angel cards. Okay, first card. Forgiveness and understanding. Amazing. Amazing, Virgo. I definitely feel like this speaks to the old energies and you know, the process of balance that you need to go through to be able to release the memories, release the interaction, just to understand the point of view of where they're coming from, why they behave in the way they do, and let go. Okay, let's get another card. Yes. Oh, brilliant. I love this card because it's just an indication that you're going in the right direction. You know, and even feeling the weight, the pressure of some things, this is an indication of how maybe you process things to get to the next step. Sometimes we need a little bit of pressure to just push us to become undeciding and very directive. So this is a really good indication. But also anything in your mind where you're thinking this is for you, this is an indication that yes, it is for you. Power and intention, yeah. I definitely feel like this speaks to you making your decisions, becoming really affirmative in what you want to do, understanding that the power that we have is what for ourselves, the things that we can control. Anything else is what we have to interact with. It helps us to guide us into the right direction. So I think when you're understanding that when you make your decisions about certain things, you know your directive, you know, you can then put everything into your power and your intention. Okay, Virgo, so thank you so much for being here. If you like the messages and reading, please like, subscribe and share, and until next time, take care. Bye.